You belong to the sex of dream shapes, the non-sex of figures, a mere profile sometimes, a mere pose at others, at still others barely a slow gesture. You are moments and poses made spirit in mine. There is no implied sexual attraction in my dreaming of you, beneath your vague Madonna robe of inner silences. Your breasts are not the sort one would think of kissing. Your body is entirely flesh and soul, but never body and soul. Your flesh is not spirit, but spiritual, formed out of the first mud of paradise. My horror of real women, sexual women, I mean, is the path I took to find you. Those earthly women who, in order to be, must bear the agitated weight of a man. Who can love them who does not feel love dissolving at the mere thought of sexual pleasure? Who can respect his wife and not think of her simply as a woman in another sexual position? Who does not feel disgusted to have had a mother, to have been so vulval in his origins, so vilely expelled into the world? Who is not revolted by the idea of our soul's carnal origin, of the corporeal turbulence out of which our flesh is born, and which, however beautiful, is soiled by its origin, its birth? The false idealists of real life gild the wife with poetry, kneel before the idea of mother. Their way of dreaming is a garment that conceals, not a dream that creates. Only you are pure, lady of dreams, whom I can imagine as an immaculate lover because you don't exist. I can imagine you a mother and adore you because you were never soiled by the horrors of being impregnated or having given birth. How could I not adore you when you alone are worthy of adoration? How could I not love you when you alone are worthy of love? Perhaps by dreaming you, I am creating a real you, but in another reality. Perhaps you will be mine there, in that other purer world, where we will love each other, but never touch, with a different kind of embrace and other more essential ways of possessing one another. Perhaps you existed already, and I did not create you, but merely saw you with a different way of seeing, interior and pure, in another more perfect world. Perhaps my dreaming you was simply finding you. Perhaps my loving you was simply seeing you. Perhaps my scorn for the flesh and my feelings of revulsion were only the obscure desire with which, before I knew you, I was waiting for you, and the vague hope that even without knowing you, I loved you. I really don't know if I loved you already, in a vacuum for which perhaps my perennial tedium is a kind of nostalgia. Perhaps you are another sort of nostalgia, a physical absence, a distant presence, female perhaps for reasons other than your being female. I can imagine you both a virgin and a mother, because you are not of this world. The child you hold in your arms was always a tiny infant, and so you never had to soil it by carrying it in your womb, since you were never other than you are now. How could you be anything but a virgin? I can love you and adore you because my love does not possess you, and my adoration does not drive you away. Be the eternal day, and let my sunsets be the rays from your sun, possessing itself in you. Be the invisible twilight, and let my desires and disquiets take on the colors of your indecision and the shadows of your uncertainty. Be total night, become the only night, and let my whole self be lost and forgotten in you. And may my dreams shine like stars in your body full of distance and denial. Let me be the folds of your cloak, the jewels in your crown, and the starry gold of the rings on your fingers. I could be ashes in your heart. What does it matter if I am mere dust, or a window in your room? What does it matter if I am mere empty space, or an hour in your hourglass? What does it matter if I pass? If, because I am yours, I will endure. What does it matter if I die? If, because I am yours, I will not die? Or if I lose you, if losing you means finding you? Creator of absurdities, disciple of sexless sentences, let your silence rock me to sleep. Let your merely being caress and soothe and comfort me. O herald from the beyond, O empress of absence, virgin mother of all silences, hearth and home of shivering souls, guardian angel of the abandoned, human landscape, unbelievably sad, eternal perfection.